Okay, so let's try to build a video player machine using XState. For that, we will create a new code sandbox using official React template. I will delete styles import, and I will delete those headings because we don't need that. Also, the same with the class name. Now we can add that dependencies that we want, which is XState and XState React. Let's import create machine function from XState. Create machine function does the same thing as machine creator. And now let's import use machine hook from XState React. Now we will define our player machine. It is equal to create machine, and inside that we will give it an ID of player and initial state of post. Now we will define states. So player can have two states, either it's playing or either it's stopped. Let's define post state and playing state. Transitions between those states can happen on events. So let's define an event that can transition from post to playing. I will type on play event. I want machine to go from post to playing. I am not assigning the play event the whole object with target playing. I am just simply saying that on play event, I want machine to go to play state. This is the shortened version of that thing. So this and this means the same. When in playing state, I want to handle an event which is called stop. And on that event, I want my machine to go to post state. Okay, so the transitions are ready. Let's now use our knowledge from previous lecture and let's define entry actions. On post entry, I want our machine to call play action. Pause, not play. Okay, so the transitions between those states are ready. Let's now add entry actions for those states. So when in post state, I want my machine to call stop action. And when entering playing state, I want my machine to call play action. Let's now define those actions as the second argument to the create machine function. So I will give it an object as a second argument, and here I will define an actions property, which also is an object, and now it can hold definitions for the actions that we used in the machine. So now I will type play and stop. For now, those actions can, for example, log something to the console. Okay, so the machine looks like it's ready. So let's try to connect it to our application. we will use machine hook for that. So I will type const equals use machine player machine, and I will get current and send from that. Now we can create two buttons. One of them is called pause, and the other one will be called play. While clicking on pause button, we want to send an event to the machine, which is called stop. And when clicking play button, we want to send an event which is called play. So now, after I refresh this code sandbox, we get two buttons and we get logged stop. And that's why, because our machine is initialized as in post state, and when entering post state, we call stop action, which logs stop to the console. So now if we hit play, oh, that's not working. Okay, so that wasn't working because we called here enter, and we should call it entry. So now if I refresh and clear the console and I hit play, we go to playing state, and on the entry of playing state we call play action. So now if I hit pause, we go to post, and I can toggle those states like that, and we see that our machine is also toggled between post state and playing state. Okay, so we have our machine defined with two states, and we made some events that can transition from one state to another. We have also defined entry actions that can be called when entering post and playing state. So we need to connect this machine to a real video. So in the next lecture, we will talk about state machines contexts, and we will learn how to store data within the state machine and how we can interact with it. So see you in the next lecture.